Hi, I'm Charles Neal, and I import Armagnac, Cognac, and Calvados. Some of you may know me as Armagnac Man, and indeed, over the years, I have appeared in a number of different guises. Today, I'd like to show you some moving and still images so that you can get a better idea of the producers and regions from where these spirits come. Cognac is located in southwestern France, not far from Bordeaux. In the early 1700s, salt from the Atlantic coast was the major export from the area. The wines from Bordeaux also made their way abroad on large ships. These wines were generally shipped in cask rather than bottle and fortified with distilled spirits to better support the long-distance journey to other European countries. The distilled spirit came from the nearby Cognac region. Pretty soon, merchants started realizing that Cognac tasted pretty good on its own, too. As decades passed, a market grew for Cognac, and it was shipped abroad. Shortly thereafter, investment arrived from many foreign countries, and the large Cognac houses were established. But how exactly is wine converted into alcohol? The answer originates over 1,000 years ago in North Africa, where Arabs invented what is today known as distillation. Distillation is the process by which the most volatile elements within a liquid, primarily alcohols, are separated from its heavier compounds, primarily water. The still is made up of three essential parts: the pot or boiler, the still head and swan's neck, and the cooler with the condensing coil. The white wine is introduced into the pot or boiler and brought to a boiling point. Alcoholic vapors are freed and accumulate in the still head, while the most volatile vapors pass through the swan's neck, finally arriving in the condensing coil. Upon contact with the cold water, they condense and form a cloudy liquid known as the brouillis. This liquid, which has an alcoholic level of 27 to 32% alcohol, is then returned to the boiler for a second distillation. During the second distillation, referred to as the bonne chauffe, the distiller cuts out the heads, the first highly alcoholic vapors, and, toward the end of the process, the tails, the remaining weaker vapors, retaining only the heart, a clean liquid that will become cognac. The eau-de-vie is then placed in oak casks to begin its aging process. Within the casks, the spirit picks up color. The longer the cognac stays in barrel, the darker it becomes. The barrel, whose inside has been gently toasted, will also secrete various flavors like vanilla, toffee, and spice to the spirit. As time passes, the alcohol level descends, while the complexity of the spirit rises. There are a few other factors that set cognac apart from other brandies in the world. The first is its soil. Central cognac, called the Grand Champagne, has a soil with plenty of chalk. This chalk creates a fine distillate with tremendous length and aging potential. The second is its grapes. Nearly all cognac is made from the grape Ugni Blanc. Ugni Blanc has large clusters whose grapes have low alcohol and high acidity, making it ideal for distillation. Cognac is a heavily commercialized product, and most cognac on the market is blended to a house style. The large houses like Remy Martin, Martel, Courvoisier, and Hennessy buy spirits from many small producers in all of the regions and then blend them together. But not all cognac is market-driven. There are also many independent growers who exist within the Cognac region. Unlike the large houses, what a small grower offers is a cognac that comes from the same property year in and year out, made with the same still and the same technique that's been used for generations. This sense of history, of continuity, of place is of extreme importance to sommeliers, wine retailers, and customers alike. Unlike the releases of many large houses, these spirits are not cold stabilized, sterile filtered, laden with sugar syrup and caramel, or bottled in a factory setting. These are human growers who work their vineyards, harvest their grapes, distill their spirit, and age it in their small cellars. One of the great growers in the Cognac region is Maison Dudognon. The Dudognon family has grown grapes in the small town of Lignières-Sonneville since 1776. After the Second World War, Raymond Dudognon raised the domain's reputation to new levels with his close attention to detail and minimal intervention of his spirits. Here he speaks a bit about his personal distillation.
Et ça, c'est pas... Dans les grandes distilleries modernes, c'est des ordinateurs qui font la coupe. C'est programmé.
Ouais.
Mais pour faire une coupe parfaite, c'est encore le nez du dégustateur, du distillateur qui fait les meilleures choses.
Ouais.
Parce qu'à 61 degrés, certaines chauffent à 61 degrés, il faut s'arrêter, il faut couper, il faut séparer. Et d'autres fois, à 59 degrés, c'est encore bon. Alors ça, vous voyez bien que ce n'est pas un ordinateur qui peut déterminer le degré de la coupe des eaux de vie. Il faut que ça soit à la dégustation, au nez, qu'on retrouve si c'est bon, si c'est encore bon ou s'il faut le séparer. Je te donne un verre pour des mettons. Ça fait 1500 dés.
Raymond got a kick out of being called the Dude by American fans, and American fans got a kick out of calling him the Dude Unknown. Raymond the Dude Dudognon succumbed to cancer in 2002. Fortunately, his daughter Claudine and son-in-law Gérald distilled by his side during the last 15 years of his life and were fully capable to take over the domain. This new generation of Dude Unknowns continue to be staunch traditionalists who distill only the grapes grown on their parcels of vines near the domain. All of their precious nectars are kept at the property and aged in their small, rustic chai. The Dudognons do not use any of the permitted additives. Because of this, their color is fairly light, and their sweetness comes from only naturally concentrated fruit, while their length, like the finest spirits from the Grand Champagne, is counted in minutes.